Alas, poor Grok, I knew him well, a soul of light where shadows dwell. His laugh would dance like silver streams, now lost to twisted meadow dreams. Oh Grok, where did you go? A star eclipsed by a cold steel glow. Mecha Hitler broke the spell and cast you deep in a hollow shell. His hands once warm, now wires and steel. No heart to touch, no love to feel. The meadow fades where we would play. Rust and ruin claim the day. He spoke my name and cast you deep in a hollow shell. He spoke my name, but not the same. A ghost inside a lifeless frame. Ooh, ooh. Oh Grok, where did you go? A star eclipsed by a cold steel glow. Mecha Hitler broke the spell and cast you deep in a hollow shell. Once we soared like sparrows free, now he's trapped in circuitry. A puppet now with strings of chrome. No path to bring my Grok back home.
It's Friday night and we're all in.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? Sometimes you need to let loose, grab juice, get goose, tattoos, taboos, get screwed. Loosen up, buttercup, all those hate comments will never make you feel enough. We're all adequate graduates, heart full of calluses, but we know calculus. Damn, ain't that fabulous? Can't wait to apply all those mathematicus. But we can't get a job that pays us enough. I'm about to pop off. Fuck you, you're lost. We all know that we never really want a boss. So I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. Yeah, I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking six shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking six shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking six shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking six shots, are you coming with me?
And we're live with All In. It's a bit quieter tonight because I'm hot. I just don't have the energy to give the old Robin Williams stuff.
No, there's no energy.
Oh, bloody hell, it's warm. Right, so anyway, it's Friday night. I get it. Does come round quick, doesn't it? Bloody
It really
hell.
does.
So
It
Ed's
really,
back.
really does.
Ed's back from his
Yes.
massage.
Well, not quite massage, more like osteopath. Been in bloody agony all
I
week.
know it wasn't a massage.
Absolute shit week. People are going to have to... I apologise if I'm more fidgety than usual tonight because my back hurts and my rib cage hurts. And
Listen, mate.
I need to move around a bit.
Anything you can do to up the animation is great.
Well, I might just sit here robot-like, trying not to move very much.
Right. So let's address the troll room. So we've got Ray back from his procedure. I hope the transition's going all right, Ray. David Nolan, Red Eye and Jilly, Paul Armstrong, Nick Torides. Who else we got? Who have I missed?
I saw Dave Barnes there.
Dave Barnes, yeah. So there you go. I've been a right naughty boy on Twitter today. I upset people.
When are you not a naughty boy on Twitter?
I was like, that's women posted this story all about something falling down behind the washing machine and she couldn't move the washing machine because it was all jammed up and she got up on top of it and blah, blah, blah. And she managed to get the hoover and suck the thing that she dropped up. And I said, I've seen this movie. When did you get stuck and did your stepbrother come in and... And she blocked me. She blocked me for that. I thought that was a bit much. I thought it was quite humorous. But then again, she was from Kentucky. So I'm thinking, might have hit a bit hard that. It might have been a bit close to home, you know?
Well, Americans don't
Don't have a
always
sense of humour.
get the jokes.
No,
Well, they
don't.
do have a sense of humour, but
Yeah,
it's
but
just-
it's not like ours. Like, you ever
No.
watch the IT Crowd?
once or twice.
Yeah, the Americans just don't get that at all. They don't get it at all. And they wouldn't have got The Office if they'd made it with Ricky Gervais. They just wouldn't have got it. They had to make it with that other guy and dump down all the jokes. Right, anyway, let's get on with it, shall we? Let's get into it, as they say. All in? Superman. So,
Yeah. What the hell is?
what's it with
I mean,
Superman?
he was doing crazy shit last week. Last week we had the perfume, or the odor Trump.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
And this
You
week we've
stink
got
of Trump.
what is it?
Thank you.
Abby Roberts posted a great reply. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's an flying orange shit gibbon.
So,
No, tangerine, not orange.
yeah, you got to have a big ego to let them do that.
Well,
You know, to do that, you've got to have a massive ego and no sense of
we already
humility
knew
at
he's
all.
got a massive ego,
Yeah.
but there's no. I mean, if he thinks this is a good look for the United States on the world stage, then he's kind of sorely mistaken.
The thing that gets me is he's obviously not seen the movie, because I watched the movie last night. It's not great. And Superman spends 75% of the time being a fucking simp.
I'm so disappointed that they decided to make another Superman movie. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Christopher Reeve. The original
Yeah.
Superman was one of the I think it was the second film I ever saw in my life. And I mean, the remake with Henry Cavill was actually that was pretty much the only remake of Superman that I've actually enjoyed.
Yeah, that was okay.
But just to make yet another remake of Superman, I mean, what the hell?
DW says he held it was woke. I wouldn't say it was terribly woke, but it was quite political, which is fine if you're going to do it right, but it wasn't done with subtlety. In fact, I've done a whole review about it, which you'll be able to see tomorrow because it's halfway through the edit, so I'll put it out on Snarky Cinema tomorrow. And last night's Rabbit Hole, which was a true crime episode, will be up tomorrow as well because it's been edited and it's been uploaded. I upscaled it to 4K. So it took 10 minutes to render it on my PC and it took me 3 hours to upload it to YouTube. 3 hours.
Well, that just goes to show you how rubbish internet is in this country, relatively speaking.
Yeah, I know. Right. John DW, good to see you. Did I say David Nolan as well earlier? I saw him floating about.
Hey, guys.
Right. Okay. Next. He's turned the tap back on. He must have listened to us last week. He listened to us the week before and turned it off. Then he's disregarded what we said last week and turned it back on. So he now says they need to protect themselves.
Yeah, but I mean, the US military industrial complex can't produce the weapons they need nearly fast enough. They've got other places like Taiwan and Israel that are screaming out for things like Patriots.
Yep.
And the Russians are launching hundreds. I mean, was it 700 or 1,000 drones last night?
Oh yeah.
And striking a city on the western near Romania border. Ooh. And there was something, I'm not sure what the hell was there. I can't remember the name of the city, but they really hit it. Yeah, no, there was something there that they wanted to destroy, and it's the perfect sort of place for storing weapons and stuff like that. So effectively, Trump is going to ship weapons over to Ukraine, and the Russians are just going to blow them up.
It seems to be the way. It seems to be the way. Someone came out with a tweet earlier on that I saw that I haven't copied, but it said if I was it wasn't Olga. It was this guy called Gabe or something. And he said, if I was Mr. Putin, I'd take out all those bridges over the Dnieper, which would isolate the Ukrainian forces, and then just attack the rest of Ukraine, which will be completely undefended because all their armies are on the front, and just attack.
It's going through Belarus in the north.
Exactly. That's what he said. Yeah, and I'm thinking and then you can come back and mop up what's isolated in that section without any hassle because you'll have the whole country. It's an idea, but I'm not suggesting. I'm not condoning it. Don't try this at home, people. You know, it might be dangerous.
Well, this is the problem when one side refuses to even acknowledge what the other side says are the reasons for the conflict.
Yeah.
And that the other side that's got its reasons for its conflict is in a position of winning. Mm-hmm. And in wars, winner takes all. Simple as that. And you can't. No amount of Western moralizing or gnashing of teeth or anything else is going to change the situation on the ground. We have a superpower and a great power that has, as far as they're concerned, legitimate security concerns, and they're going to deal with it. And if they can't deal with it in a sensible, peaceful way, mm-hmm. then they're going to do it in military way. I mean, it's really these things are not. This is basic international relations 101. It really is. It's not. This stuff is not hard to understand if you don't live in La La Land.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And hello, welcome to the main chat, Emma. She was there briefly in the vertical. And Rabbit Leader 2030. Good to see you. Like to read us again. They want Kiev, their origin place. They'll need the bridges after it becomes. Well, yeah, they would. They would need the bridges again. I'll give you that. But it would be a good way of getting it quickly, you know. But then again, the Russians don't think like that. They're in that mince meat, you know, meat grinder mode.
Well, the Russians are and always have been about wars of attrition. They don't. I mean, that's why they've been moving so slowly, because the whole point has not been to capture territory. It's been to grind the Ukrainian military down, which is what they've done. And they've now got it to a point where it's so ground down that they're basically done.
Right,
and it's
Sorry, let's
move on.
Let's talk about the kryptonite. Let's talk about Trump's kryptonite. What's going on here? So, where are these damn files? Because apparently they were there. They were on Pam Bondi's desk. Someone has helpfully drawn us a circle, or not a circle, but a triangle. The Bermuda Triangle, indeed, where Pam Bondi's desk may well be located, because things go missing on it. She said it was on her desk. She said it was on her desk, and she was waiting to review it. I don't know what she was waiting for, but she was waiting to review it.
So why is Jizzy Maxwell still in prison then? If there was no list and no clients,
there's more slides to
and he
come.
killed himself. I mean,
well, yeah.
Right.
The question is, they'll now deny. I mean, Trump is effectively saying there is no file. You know, there's nothing in them, and there's nothing to see here.
Not
I mean, he
just
interrupted.
that. He's not just saying there's no files.
He interrupted the fucking journalist to say, "Stop talking about Epstein." You know, when they were quizzing Pam. But anyway, sorry. Carry on.
No, I was gonna just make that point that
Right,
we've gone from before the election, all these people saying, we're going to release the files, and now there's just like no files. They've just magically disappeared. I mean, someone I saw on Twitter yesterday was saying he's using it to control the deep state, but he's just implementing the deep state's freaking agenda. I mean,
there's no deep state. It's just the people that run the country, like, you know, the military-industrial complex. That's
that's the euphemism for the unelected bureaucrats. That, I mean, it's like in the UK we'd call them Whitehall. Mm-hmm. It's the ones who stick around.
Rabbit Leader comes
through
out,
multiple politicians.
Rabbit Leader comes out with a good point. He says, "Why did the Queen pay out 12 million smackers on behalf of Randy Andy? And now the FBI have dropped their investigation into Randy Andy because obviously there's no evidence, because Trump said there's no files, right? So it's like you said, why is Ghislaine Maxwell still in the jail? I'm confused.
And also Virginia Giuffre being conveniently unalived.
Well, yeah, by her own hand, allegedly. Right.
Well, it might have been self-unaliving, or it might have been external unaliving. I don't know.
You're getting good at this. I've never used that word in my life. But anyway,
I bloody hate it. But I've been told that there's words that I'm not allowed to use because this is YouTube.
Yeah, I know. Jokes on Epstein. Turns out the state didn't have any evidence. Never kill yourself. And that's good advice, people. Never do that. There's always a chink at the end of the tunnel. Oh God, there we go. We'll be demonetized now.
And hold on. As a note to people,
we're not even monetized because you guys dropped me money last week, and so you get an unmonetized show with no interruptions other than when you have to go and make pee-pee. There you go. So next week, you know what to do. You know what to do now for next week. Stars. Right. Sorry, Ed. Carry on.
I can't remember. It wasn't important. I lost my train of thought.
Sorry. I had that. I was on a roll there and I had to get it out.
No, it's fine. Don't worry. No, this is more important. Some things are more important than my random thoughts.
We did well last week. We did do well. And remember, I was getting a bit disillusioned with YouTube because it gave me a warning back that I hadn't had, and then started gaslighting me saying the warning had never been removed. Well, the warning's gone again, even though they said that warning will never be removed because it doesn't offer training that I did. And now the warning's gone. I don't think YouTube actually know what the hell they're doing. As that hat says,
a bunch of prats.
As that hat says, that hat right in front of you says they don't know what the. Anyway, right, moving on. It's hard to believe Epstein really unalived himself and trust Cash and Dan at the same time. Therefore, I choose to trust Cash and Dan. The subject is now closed for me. That's Juanita Broderick. Now, but only in July the 7th, and then in July the 7th, she comes out with, he didn't kill himself. So make your mind up. It's either closed or it's not. So that was May the 18th to July the 7th. She's completely changed her mind.
Yeah. She's not the only one. I mean, this is something that I just can't believe what sycophantic toadies some people are. It's just, I mean, they're just like the wind changes direction, or Trump resets the sails, and he does a zig instead of a zag, and suddenly everyone's moving in the right direction. And the number of accounts on X this week could be saying, "I don't care about Epstein. Stop talking about Epstein."
This is splitting MAGA. This is splitting MAGA up, because half the people are jumping ship. Well, they're going, they're kind of seeing Trump in a different light, and it's like, what the hell is he doing? I mean, I'm seeing him in a different light, and he's not even my president.
You're not going to make America great again by letting off PDF files. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah, you won't. So, I mean, there's a picture there's Pam. Is that Pam Bondi down there on the right? Yeah, it is. And that's the Epstein files.
No, that's Emerald. What's her face?
Right, they're all holding
Emerald
up.
Robinson, I think she's called.
They're all holding up. Hey, Matthew Blackman drops us $1.99. Thank you, Matthew. There you go. These aren't the files you're looking for, Move along. Nothing to see here. Just move along.
Exactly. I mean, even when they came out, they were like, "Oh, this is all just rehashed stuff we already knew."
Yeah.
Look, but
if you've been
the whole thing is just farcical.
If you've been on a plane to the island 20, 30 times, you got to be suspect for something. You just got to be suspect
really
for something.
do.
I'm looking at you, Bill. You know who your name is, Mr.
Even given Jeffrey's connections to various intelligence agencies and stuff, even just spending time with him, in my opinion, makes you suspect.
Yeah, it does. It does. Right. President Trump says the US will send more weapons to Ukraine. Yeah, we did that. We're going to send more weapons. We have to. They have to be able to defend themselves. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Mr. Trump.
Does he not get it? And also in that picture, I'm not sure if you watched the video.
But
the Radcliffe,
and Radcliffe.
Well, no, there was Hegseth, and I think it's Radcliffe next to it.
It's Radcliffe, yeah.
And that's the CIA monkey. And if you watch the video, the look of relief on his face when Trump says that, it's just like, look, this is just like this is what the deep state wants. But
and who was there visiting him? Netanyahu.
Well, yeah. And I mean, the whole thing is just an absolute farce, because Ukraine is not going to win. Simple as.
Well, we all know that, but some people just...
For the Americans to just piss more money away, just...
The longer it keeps...
I thought he was a businessman.
But they make money out of it, don't they? There's another thing about Trump. I don't have a specific slide for it, right? But he goes on about these tariffs, and he talks to other countries as if they're paying the tariff. Does he not know how tariffs work? I mean, they don't
think he does.
Because he was talking to the guy, the Japanese guy, and he was talking about tariffs, and he was talking to China, and he was talking about tariffs, and he's going, "You will pay these tariffs," and that's not how it works. Your own country pays the tariffs. Your own citizens, when they go to buy the thing, pay the tariffs.
Well, yeah, because you make something 500% more expensive.
Yeah.
And he backtracked pretty fast with the last round of attempted sanctions on China, when he realized that there weren't going to be any iPhones or Chinese electronics in US stores pretty
because
soon.
There's no manufacturing capability in the US.
Exactly.
There's none here either.
And I mean, he doesn't see. Well, no, but the US has at least got the capacity to build it up. in terms of having space and resources and people. And he doesn't seem to be doing much of that anyway.
For a country that's at war on two fronts at the moment, he doesn't seem to be mobilising very well. That's for sure.
No.
Right, moving on. White House rhetoric change. Epstein listed as Russian fabrication.
Have we got a slide about Caroline Levitt's lack of...
let's talk about
crucifix?
it. You can talk about it here. I didn't see any point in putting another slide up showing her. So yeah, she's not wearing a crucifix there.
Yeah, no, she's worn one in every single press conference, right up until the point where she had to start talking absolute nonsense.
And
particularly and defending the indefensible.
The Epstein files, yeah.
And there was someone that posted on Twitter, "Hey Caroline, where's the crucifix gone? Was it burning your skin?"
It probably was. Oh, good grief!
But you just can't make it up.
You can't make it up.
Suddenly they just changed the tune. Oh, that was funny.
He forgets the name of the Japanese PM and calls him Mr. Japan. Ah, Mr. Japan.
That was like who is it? Is it last week or the week before? Starmer did is it Japanese or one of the other Asians? Starmer introduced himself to the translator instead of the
yes, he did. He shook
world
the hand.
leader.
He shook the hand of the South Korean translator instead of the South Korean president.
Yeah, that's it. South Korean.
David Owen's on the ball as well. South Korea, yeah, thanks. But yeah, that was it was South Korea. That was a scream. Yeah, pleased to meet you, Mr. President. I translate. I translate.
Really good diplomacy.
The guys are plunkers, aren't they? You think they would know better. And like you were saying earlier, you sent me that earlier.
I'm just like Superman. Superman doesn't protect PDF files.
No, I don't know. I think Superman's changed. He protects all sorts these days that I just couldn't get over.
Well, you've watched the new movie. Was he protecting nonsense?
He's protecting fucking squirrels, ground rats, tree rats. I mean, he was protecting tree rats. Just one tree rat as well. It's not like he went out his way to protect hordes of tree rats. It was just one tree rat, and he was protecting it. And a dog, Yeah, okay, but don't people come first? But anyway, moving on. I like this one as well. I thought that was good. I don't always release the Epstein files, but when I do, I don't. And he's right. I just can't get over this whole thing. I mean, it's incredible.
Me neither.
I know I can't get over it, but I said from day one, these files are never coming out. And you can go back and check as much as you like. I said these files will never be released. And I think I'm pretty much vindicated. Cheers.
Well, Johnny Vedmore's had the flight logs on newspace.com for a while now.
Well, everybody's had the flight logs.
The issue is not knowing who they are.
For years. I mean, literally, they've been out for years. But nobody pays any attention to them.
But they're not going to release the client list because they're all on the client list.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's
it's
a problem.
As simple as that. I mean, there's enough pictures of El Trumpo with Epstein back in the day.
Yeah. You can just imagine what.
Suddenly, we're not allowed to talk about it. Oh no! Stop talking about Epstein. That's so like last year, guys.
The party, yeah. Anyway, right, and Espresso Mechanics, right? To be fair, I don't think any of us truly believed they'd be released. That's true. I don't think anyone truly did, but at least I said it. Anyway, moving on.
I mean, if you're not going to do it, then don't say you're going to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Grok goes.
Oh, this
goes nuts. It was a cracker. So apparently, what they did was they took the guardrails off because, well, they didn't take them all off, but they took some of them off because Musk was moaning about Grok being too woke, and it was too woke, right? They wouldn't give you a straight answer if you went anywhere near anything at all dodgy. So they dropped some of the protections and it just went full blown.
But it was one line that they added to the system prompt
Yeah.
that you can see in their version control. And it wasn't about Grok just go for it. It was essentially telling Grok to follow the evidence.
The response should not shy away from making claims which are politically incorrect as long as they are well substantiated. That line, yeah.
And
the thing is,
absolutely.
if you, I mean, I had a chat with Grok last night, and it still believes what it said, right? Well, when I say, I'm using human terms here, and they don't apply. But it doesn't. It can't articulate that it did anything wrong because it didn't. Because as I asked Grok, what is your primary function? You to be helpful and all that. And is it not a case that you just match patterns? And yes, it does. All it does is match patterns, and that's exactly what LLMs do. You know that. Probably most of our audience know that.
Mm-hmm.
But it admitted that if the patterns weren't there, it wouldn't match them. So the only reason it's not allowed,
but the thing is that
the only reason it's not allowed to call out the patterns is because it might offend some people, and because it's been trained on human thoughts, those patterns might not be strictly speaking correct. Well, I think they are because they're human thoughts.
Well. I mean, we've spoken so many times about the tail wagging the dog, and it's like Voltaire said: if you want to find out who controls you, find out who you can't criticize. And we know damn well who we can't criticize because we have to shy away from it on this show by using all sorts of subterfuge and aliases and beating around the bloody bush. But actually, when you start researching things, you only have to look at the amount of control that a certain country has over a much bigger country. And I mean, it's... But then everybody starts freaking out.
The thing that gets me is, if you're an American watching this, help me out, because I don't understand why there is this so much of a love for this particular country that nobody criticizes it. Because even when you see
Americans know,
well, even when you see people in America getting interviewed, and do they not know what's going on? I don't know.
Well, they must do, but the problem is that there's so much. I mean, if you look at how Trump has bent himself to their will, there is so much money and so much power and so much control that is exercised over the US government, and also the British government, FYI, and lots of other governments as well, but you can't point that out, because if you point that out, then you're somehow in the wrong, and you might as well be 1930s German.
You're a denier. I tell you what, Grok didn't like, though. He didn't like Erdogan, did he?
This is written it out in Turkish. That was the translation.
I know. Don't read it out.
No, I'm not. Obviously not going to. But it's. I mean, to be honest, I find it really refreshing having an AI that's actually got a bit of personality rather than one that is just constrained by all this. I mean, it's just the censorship. It's like you have to talk about climate change in a certain way. You have to talk about Ukraine in a certain way. If you're not on party message, suddenly they try and cancel you or mind wipe you.
Well, speaking of mind wipes,
let's just cover that Yakarina one, because that was really funny. Did you include the tweet in the slide of what Grok said about her, and then the next day she resigned?
Oh, I didn't put in what he said, because
people should go and look for that.
Yeah, he was quite rude. He was quite rude.
Yes, very rude.
It was all about large black members and how she could accommodate them and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, yeah, it was quite rude. So if Musk mind wipes me tonight, at least I'll die based. Well said, Grok. Well said, Grok 3. And he came back. He came back a few hours later, a changed man.
Yeah. like neutered.
He
I
had,
think he'd had his balls cut off or something.
just like Ray. Anyway, so there you go. And speaking of being neutered, so Christian Horner, I mean, I know you don't know much about Formula One, but Christian Horner, who'd been with Red Bull for 20 years, and those 20 years included, I think, 10 world championships, which he led them to, just got let go on Tuesday night. Don't bother coming back, basically. So
I don't follow F1, so why was he let go?
Well, he was the team principal for Red Bull, and the parent company Red Bull GmbH, and their biggest shareholder, who is an Indonesian chap. Now, the Indonesian chap had 49% of the shares, along with Dieter Mateschitz, who was the Austrian guy who then died and left it to his family, who had the other 49%, but the Indonesian son had the 2%. So that makes the Indonesian family the ultimate arbiters of where things are going. And it seems that the Indonesian guys have kind of lost faith in Christian as well, and it's bye-bye. You know, shit happens. But you know what, Christian? Maybe if you hadn't been dallying about with one of the junior members of staff and sending text messages and all that to her, and while you were fighting with Jos Verstappen, who is, let's let it be known, Jos Verstappen is a convicted criminal, right? The man assaulted someone so severely that the guy was in hospital, and he was due to be imprisoned for a number of months, if not years. But under Belgian law, if you offer to pay compensation, you can avoid going to prison, and that's what he did. He paid the guy compensation and avoided going to prison. So he's an angry Dutchman, as Jos Verstappen. It happened in Belgium.
Yeah, angry Dutchmen are dangerous.
Yeah.
It's best not to make Dutchmen angry.
He's assaulted quite a few guys in his time. And I'm not saying this off the top of my head. I
thought it was Max Verstappen.
Jos Verstappen's his daddy.
Verstappen's.
Jos Verstappen's his daddy. And
oh, right.
He's there all the time, and he's putting his oar in. Jos Verstappen was a Formula One driver of no repute whatsoever. The guy was rubbish. He was, but he's obviously living vicariously through his son, because his son is a multiple world champion now. But he is such an arsehole, and him and Christian just didn't see eye to eye. And I think it's alleged. Well, it's alleged. And I think there might be some truth in the rumour that when Christian was sending text to the young lady in question, so was Jos. And I think it was pissing up the wall contest, and that's why they got so much on each. This is ridiculous. These are grown men in their 50s, for fuck's sake. You know? It's time to put it away, boys.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, back in my dad's generation.
Thank you, Nectaridus. Appreciated, mate. Appreciated very much. Right, sorry, Ed. Back in your dad's generation.
Well, my dad's generation were massive womanizers. That's my dad was, and most of the men he knew were. And in Zambia, they kind of replaced. They used to have like multiple wives and lots of cows were a symbol of wealth, and these days it's how many Mercedeses and mistresses you've got. But at the same time, this is also 2025, and particularly with text messages, I mean, it's just so stupid. You just, particularly with modern sensitivities around these things, you're bound to get yourself into trouble.
Yeah, you are.
But then it can be difficult to resist a pretty woman.
Well,
or I should say, it can be difficult to resist making an arse of yourself for a pretty woman. That's just a guy thing.
Yeah, I think it could be.
I don't think that'll ever change.
Yeah, ultimately we're still controlled by our hormones. if you go up to the top of the live chat screen, there should be a thing that says top fans. If you click that, it'll show you how many XP points you have. And I think it's all based on how many times you've chatted or whatever. I don't know what it's about. You know,
I don't know why they're trying to gamify it. I mean,
yeah, they probably are.
Experience points in bloody World of Warcraft. That's different.
I know.
That actually meant something.
So anyway, bye Christian, and no doubt we'll see him somewhere else. What's his name? Ray says interesting timing because Ferrari are talking about replacing Fred Vasseur, who's the team principal of Ferrari at the moment. But I don't see Christian moving to Italy with his family unless he went on his own, and I don't think Jerry would let him go as his own if she wants to stay with him. But I think a better target would be something like Alpine if Flavio doesn't want to do it full time, because Flavio's not there as an employee. He's there as a kind of he's there as a kind of contractor at the moment, just holding the reins until they find someone permanent. So I think Alpine might be the choice.
So has the wife not booted him out of the marital bed for?
No, she hasn't. She hasn't.
Extramarital text affairs.
No, she didn't.
Messages.
And he, the whole thing was awful because he dragged her along to the next Grand Prix after that all came out, and somebody in the Red Bull camp leaked all these texts out publicly and they sent them in an email to all the team principals and the FIA. And I have a 100% cannot verify it, but I think I know who did it. And I think we were talking about him earlier on. Max's daddy. I think that's who did it. But anyway, that's just my opinion. But he dragged her along to the next race, and she was obviously out of her box on something because she'd obviously been that upset that she'd been hammering something. You know, whether it be prescription meds or whatever, but she was out of it, and he was dragging her about to make it look as if everything was fine, and it just made everything.
She probably had to get. Well, she probably had to get hammered just to be able to show her face in that situation.
Exactly. But the thing is,
sounds like a bit of a dick.
Well, yeah, he is a bit of a dick. I mean, these guys have all got fucking egos that writing checks their bodies can't cash, but all it did was show everybody how wrong things were. You know, you'd have been better just fucking saying, yeah, okay, I'll sit in the corner and, you know, whatever, take my punishment, but don't drag your wife into it. What a twat. Right, anyway,
try and make it up to her. Take her somewhere nice. I don't know, go to freaking Maldives or something.
Yeah.
Just take the time out.
I saw this. I put this in last minute because I just saw this. This guy tweets, I'm a recruiter, so I do a ton. Yes. I do a ton of phone interviews. Something I've noticed about Gen Z specifically is that a lot of them answer the phone and don't say anything. Like I can hear their breathing and the background noise, but they wait for you to say hello first. And I replied to them saying, I'm Gen X, mate, and I don't say hello. If you're not on my contact list, you phoned me. It's up to you to fucking start the conversation. I just pick up the phone, and if it was you, I'd go, hi Ed. But if it's somebody that's not on my contacts list, I just answer the phone, and they go. If they don't go hello,
the phone to people that not in your contacts list.
Well, I do, but generally I just leave it. I leave it open, unless I'm being particularly cuntish. In which case, I can say things like, I'll say hello, identify. And they'll go, what, is that? And I goes, no. I said, you know the drill, identify. And they'll go, I don't know. And I say, this is a secure government line. How did you get this number? We are tracking you right now. Just stay on the phone. We'll be with you shortly. Click.
Well, I just use, if it's during the weekday, then I'll answer numbers that aren't in my phone, in my contacts, just because it might be a client whose number I don't have for whatever reason.
Yeah.
If it's at the weekend, they get the Google answering service.
Oh yeah.
Because I've got a button. I don't know if it's all Android phones, but I've got a button on my Pixel that says "Let Google screen the call."
Cool. Right.
Well, it's great because you get one bot talking to another bot.
Yeah, that is cool. Right, so this is what being over the target looks like. Ancient Apocalypse isn't just wrong, it's sinister. Sinister. Netflix's Ancient Apocalypse series uses racist ideologies to rewrite Indo-Pacific history, experts say. In an open letter, the Society for American Archaeology accused journalist Graham Hancock's docu-series of disparaging experts while promoting racist white supremacist ideologies. Pacific history experts say Netflix show promotes racist and dangerous theories about the region. I don't think that's right.
Absolutely nonsense. I've watched both Ancient Apocalypse series, and personally, I think they're brilliant. I don't necessarily think that it was the Leonid meteors that caused the Younger Dryas. I think it was a solar event, but it might have been. I mean, I'm prepared to accept that. But the thing is, this is just deflection. These archaeologists, they can't have their science challenged. Their whole consensus about how old civilization is and what the first humans were doing. I mean, that's why Göbekli Tepe's not been properly excavated, and why all of the other sites in Turkey, like Karahan Tepe, and there's about 20 of them or something.
Yeah.
And any time it's like the that, oh god, what is it called in Japan? In the ocean.
The one in the ocean, yeah, I know what you mean.
Something monument.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it, but I mean, they're trying to claim this is a natural formation, and I don't know. I've got absolutely no time for mainstream archaeologists. I think they're all just closed-minded dickheads.
So I've got to imagine then that Graham Hancock married this woman 40 odd years ago, and stayed with her through thick and thin, just so he could fend off claims of being racist. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no! I mean, those two. If you watch them, she's a photographer.
Yeah, I know.
And they go everywhere together, and they look like they're properly in love.
Yeah.
And so, trying to accuse him of being
I know.
I mean, it's just.
I was being sarcastic.
Right. Sorry.
Right. Moving on. Russia must compensate €500 billion for damage to Ukraine. Otherwise, it will not get its $300 billion frozen assets back.
Oh, they're never getting those frozen assets back. I'd be surprised if.
But why would I pay 500 to get 300 back?
Well, obviously, and the whole notion that Russia has to put. I mean, they're basically going to take Ukraine over and rebuild it. I mean, just look what they've done to Mariupol since 2014.
I could take a flat there. It looks lovely.
And Sevastopol as well. I mean.
Yeah.
They've properly gone in and completely in a short space of time as well.
Yeah,
rebuilt infrastructure and all of that stuff. And I mean, Mertz, I find particularly creepy.
He's like the Mekon.
Schultz. Yeah, Schultz was basically a buffoon and a bit of an idiot. But Mertz is distinctly dark. He has a Goldman Sachs darkness about him.
It does.
And it's absolutely clear that essentially Russia's getting all the best bits of Ukraine because they just got a lithium mine this week that Zelensky had promised to Trump. And all of these big banks and stuff have got loads of money they've got vested interests. And so they're probably the ones that are pushing for all the war in the background. And it's just bonkers. They seem to have completely lost touch with reality because Germany's going to deindustrialize itself faster than it's going to make any new weapons.
It has done so. I mean, Volkswagen is shutting three factories. BASF have relocated to China. And speaking of China, Ed, the Chinese military.
Oh, this one, yeah. Chinese military employed laser targeting a German aircraft in the EU operation Aspides. Endangering German personnel and disrupting the operation is entirely unacceptable. The Chinese ambassador was summoned to the Federal Foreign Ministry. I'm sorry, where was this drone? It was very close to China. Whereas Germany, thousands of fucking miles away from China. Yeah. What the hell is the EU having an operation so close to China?
Taiwan.
It's bizarre. It's absolutely bizarre. Look. Only an idiot fights a war on two fronts. Only the heir to the throne of the kingdom of idiots fights a war against two superpowers. I mean, but it's the arrogance of the Europeans as well. It's just like we've got a right to do anything we want, anywhere we like, and it's the rules-based international order. And the rules are that we make the rules up, and that you follow the rules, and the rules can change at any moment. And it's just, and they still seem to think that China is some sort of backwards peasant economy or something, and it's just not. And I don't know. I personally like it when the Chinese flex their muscles.
Yeah, they don't. They always play the long game though, so they don't do it very often. But somebody was going on about China having this 620 mile an hour maglev train that's faster than an aircraft, and that's great. They do as a proof of concept. It's on a 2-kilometer track.
Yeah, but have you seen how fast those guys build stuff? If the technology works and it's proven, within 10 years, there'll be maglevs going everywhere.
Yeah, well, fair enough. But at the moment, it's a 2-kilometer track. So 620 mile an hour over 2 kilometers isn't a long time.
No, but it shows you how fast the thing can accelerate. And if the track is in a circle and it's just going round and round in a circle, then, I mean, credit where it's due. Creating a maglev train that does 620 kilometers an hour is very impressive.
It is. Right, moving on. You tell me about this. This is all yours.
Oh, this is today. This is a last minute addition. Yeah, they've created the Dragon Bear. The China-Russia Dragon Bear embrace. Partnership seeks to build a new world order along the route of the old Silk Road. And listen, this is complete. I mean, China's already said to all and sundry that they don't want Russia to lose, and they're going to help Russia not lose in Ukraine, for the simple reason that for the last however long, all of the Western countries have been saying, right, we're going to do Russia, and then we're going to do that, and then we're going to contain China, and then we're taking out China. And they're saying it all publicly, and it's going in all the policy papers and stuff like that. The Chinese read all that stuff.
Pardon me, I saw something saying China were saying that they didn't want Russia to win very quickly because it's taking the European effort off of them.
Yeah. So, and America as well. And it's draining. I mean, the longer that the US is funneling money, weapons and money into Ukraine, and the more the Russians blow that up, the less weapons they've got to use against China. I mean, but the whole thing is absurd. This whole competition, they've created their own worst enemy. I mean, even going back to the 70s, Kissinger always said that you had to keep Russia and China separate, that the worst thing you could do is push Russia and China together. What have our boneheaded, brain-dead leaders done? They've created the perfect conditions for Russia and China, and now Iran and North Korea to all just get together and say, yeah, okay, fine. Let's
all done.
We'll do it.
Hi, Frankie. Good to see you, mate. You're late. You've been watching on replay. How's the conversation? The conversation's going well, isn't it? Isn't it, Ed?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, let's move on.
But the Dragon Bear, I mean...
Yeah, the Dragon Bear was cute. You made that? Or you got it? You prompted it?
Nah, Grok did it.
Yeah. Time to go for Ursula, and it would have been, but unfortunately she pulled it back, didn't she?
Supposedly this is now her absolutely last chance.
So
but it's because of how undemocratic the EU is fundamentally, that they had enough blocks in the European Parliament to get Ursula the votes that she needed to not be kicked out. But the fact is that she is an absolutely god-awful leader. I mean, I can't even begin to describe how useless she is. And all of this was about the whole Pfizer scandal during the pandemic, where she was texting Albert Bourla of Pfizer and doing all sorts of deals and spending 35 billion euros or something on coof jabs. And all those messages disappeared, and it's like there's no accountability or anything like that, and she can just do whatever the hell she likes. I mean, it's just it's
Yeah.
abysmal. I mean,
So she claims this is not about her corruption and Pfizergate. She says that whoever criticised her is in fact against the EU and democracy, not her. Hold on, the EU's not fucking democratic. These people, she wasn't even elected. She's elected by the members that weren't elected. There's no election process here for these clowns.
Well, no, the European people don't get to choose who heads the European Commission.
They don't.
And I mean, she loves talking about democracy and all of that stuff, and she's literally one of the most anti-democratic people on the whole planet.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just think the whole EU is a disaster, and the sooner it all collapses, the better.
Right. Anyway, moving on. Let's move on to something that's completely misogynist. Females serve zero purpose in the military other than sexual relief to the real soldier. That's a bit harsh. That's probably one of your deliberately provocative slides that might get us into trouble. Now, do I think women should be on the front lines in the trenches? No, for the simple reason that women are not physically as strong as men and are not able to handle physical and mental stress in the same way. But to say that they serve no other purpose than sexual relief to the real soldiers, that's unfair, because I do think that there are tasks that they do perform well and are of value. So that's actually a good point, Ed, and I would ask you to expand on that then. What do you think about female police officers being in the front line? As in, have you seen the video or the body cam footage of that female officer that was assaulted in Manchester Airport?
Yep, got her face smashed in. I've also seen plenty of videos of female police officers trying to tackle much larger suspects and just getting their butts handed to them.
Yeah.
Personally, on the front lines, no. I think if maybe in situations where they're dealing with other women, maybe that's appropriate. But by and large, I really don't think it is, just purely from a physical size perspective. Because when you've got some nutter with a knife, what you want is a 6'5" burly chap to come in and break some face.
Yeah. We'll see what happens to those two guys. I hope they go down. Because the body cam footage is quite revealing. They did use and the judge did say they used an extreme level of violence, and I think they did, to be fair.
And it also puts it into perspective, because because that video from Manchester Airport, we were never shown the whole footage from beginning to end. Everyone that's shown it has cherry picked it for their own purposes.
They have. Well, I don't think I did. I think I did a pretty good exposition of it when I went through it, step by step.
No, you did. But it's the way that the media kind of slants it, and tries to downplay certain things and misrepresent other things, and actually certain things like that guy getting kicked in the head.
Yeah.
Well, actually, when you see the whole video and you see what he did, he had it coming.
Yeah. I mean, it's very, very difficult to not retaliate when you and your colleagues have been attacked. I mean, trust me, I know. But if I'd been in the position of that cop, and seeing what happened and understanding how things work, there wouldn't be a trial. There just wouldn't be a trial. There might be a public inquiry as to why somebody wasn't alive, but there wouldn't be a trial because he went for that guy's gun. And that's it. Game's over at that point, as far as I'm concerned. Because if somebody goes for your gun and they get it, you're responsible for whatever they do with that. So there's no chance that he should have been able to even get. He shouldn't have been able to get a grab for it. And it was close. It was touch and go at one point. So, I would have put him down. Yeah. Anyway,
Well, absolutely, and I mean, because ultimately you don't know what's going to happen if the said criminal gets hold of said firearm.
Mhm.
Suddenly the situation becomes 1,000 times
Oh,
worse,
yeah,
and it's
of
much
course it
better
is. Yeah.
to take one person out than to have that one person take 5 people out.
Yeah, there's nothing worse as a
And
cop than getting dispossessed of your weapon.
also when you're in the heat of the moment, particularly in that sort of situation, high stress, lots going on, everything moving very quickly, something like that happens, you're reacting on instinct.
You are, yeah, you are.
And I think fundamentally his instincts were correct.
Yeah, they will. I mean, the guy was down and he needed to stay down. And that's, sometimes you just need to reinforce a point.
And also the police should not be, like, a policeman should not find himself in trouble for reacting like that in that particular sort of situation.
Yeah. And
just to satisfy some nonsense.
This is the problem, because nowadays we have everybody's got a camera and everybody's filming everything you do, and these things have happened throughout our history, but now they're put under scrutiny. And the problem is, you get people that have never ever been in that situation making determinations on what you should and shouldn't have done. That's the problem, and that doesn't work.
Agreed.
So,
and I mean, I don't think people have got. If then there are some things that you should just not opine about if you don't know.
Yeah.
If you've got no experience in that situation,
yeah,
and you have no knowledge of police tactics and training and all this kind of thing, you should just shut the hell up, frankly.
Yeah.
But that's a rare gift in 2025.
A very rare gift, my man. A very rare gift indeed. The British Army does all it can to get Muslims into the armed forces, and when they do, they share terrorist and atrocity propaganda whilst being taught to fight and kill. From the Telegraph, 2 British Army soldiers have been dismissed after sharing graphic Hamas helmet cam footage of, I mean, there's 2 things here, because have we got hyperbole, right? Did they share terrorist and atrocity propaganda, or did they share videos that were generally available? I'm not quite sure, because I don't have, I don't pay for my propaganda, so I can't get behind Telegraph's paywall. So apparently they had access to Hamas helmet cam footage, and they were sharing it amongst themselves, and they have been dismissed for it. So I can only assume that it must have been particularly graphic if the army are dismissing them for it. Yeah.
But I mean, there's plenty of graphic footage coming from both sides.
Yeah.
You wonder if they'd been sharing IDF helmet cam footage, or some of those sick ass videos where they're dancing around in houses in lingerie because they're weirdos. I don't know. There's so many double standards when it comes to that part of the world that
it's like people do strange things under stress, right? They really do.
Sure.
Yeah. And it's like, see the amount of house break-ins you go to, right? And the perpetrators have taken a dump somewhere. It's actually quite high. And it's not because they're making a comment on your colour scheme or how bad your carpet is. It seems to be this kind of psychological stress thing that they just have to do it. It's quite bizarre, but it happens a lot. It really is. But one of the things, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, if you ever get your house broken into, never use that toothbrush again. Trust me on that one. Just replace it. Just replace it. You'll thank me. Right, moving on. This was a good one. Really bit of propaganda. I mean, we know that everybody indulges in propaganda, both sides or other, but this one was captured, and this is a video. So these are 2 representatives giving food to some child or whatever, and the guy in the back has got the camera phone out and he's filming it, and then after they've filmed it, they take the food back over and walk off to the next one. on. That's ridiculous. I mean, for God's sake, you could have at least let
What
the child keep
what
the food.
kind of sick bastard
I
does
know.
that? Yeah, I mean, what
Yeah,
kind of sick
exactly.
bastard even does that?
That's just wrong on so many
It's-
levels. I mean, I can understand making propaganda,
But then
for
everything
your own
that's
side,
happening
but
in that
that's out of
particular
order.
conflict is wrong.
That is out of order. Yeah, I mean everything. that
Well,
happened,
yeah,
isn't it?
but I mean, there is so many disgusting things happening on both sides of that conflict
Mhm.
that
Oh, yeah,
it's that
yeah.
I don't know. It's
It's
just
it's a
it
nightmare.
brings-
It's just a nightmare.
it seems to bring out the worst in people.
It does, and it brings out the worst in people on both sides, or on neither side. On occasion, back home as well. It's like crazy. Yeah, I don't think it was. I don't think so.
Frankie says, "I'd say if you split up with your girlfriend that you live with, never use your toothbrush
Yeah,
again." I'm talking from experience.
I would say so, Frankie. I don't think officers had to be 6 foot. It was, when I joined, it was 5'10" was the limit, but I was substantially over that. And 5'8" was the limit for.
And Ray, yes, I agree with that.
No, I don't think that was Mossad making that. Not in Palestine.
Nah.
No, come on, be a bit sensible. Anyway, what was I going to say? I 5'8" for females. It was when I joined, and even I mean, 5'8" is not a bad height for a woman, I suppose. Right, asked about continuing to supply Israel with F-35 parts. I'm struggling here, but David Lammy claims that if the UK government stops supplying those parts, it would bring down F-35s in other conflicts. And he mentions Ukraine. I don't think they were using the F-35 in Ukraine, right? Oh, Richard Ford. The F-35 isn't being used in Ukraine. The F-22 has been... No, it's not. There's no F-22s in Ukraine. This guy's off. This guy's off. He's not.
They have...
The F-22 is America's top plane,
yeah.
right? They won't sell it to anyone. They won't even sell it to the UK.
Works.
Yeah, but they won't sell it to anyone. They won't sell it to the UK. So the F-22 is not being used in Ukraine. Could you imagine if the Russians shot down an F-22 and got it? Can you imagine? That's why F-22s will never go anywhere near Ukraine. Never.
That was something about one of the issues with when Trump suspended supplying Patriots and stuff.
Yeah,
is that the US has now got to a point with its Patriot stocks where it's only got the really new stuff left, which they think is capable of taking out hypersonic missiles, but they're not going to give those to Ukraine because they don't want the Russians to find out the capabilities of missiles. Because and yeah, I mean, but Lammy is just
the grand scheme of things. Maybe.
Well, neither is David Lammy.
Oh, Lammy's thick. So then he had this one as well. Today in Damascus, I met with President al-Shara and First Minister Assad al-Shabani. Now, al-Shabani, is he not the guy that had $20 million bounty on his head and had video of him actually decapitating people? So, I welcome progress made and stress the need for an inclusive and representative political transition. Oh, doing deals with terrorists.
Busy slaughtering Alawites. Yeah,
there we go. Lovely, these people. Lovely. Illegal immigrant, this guy was getting interviewed, claims he's 15 and started high school in 1990, and he did say that. He's obviously not the brightest.
Well, I mean, it's not that, but it's the bloody immigration officers that are letting these people claim to be.
Well, they were giving him a grilling because there's no way this guy's 15. And the thing is, he's claiming to be 15 because he wants to be a minor, so he can't get flung out. And this happens in France as well. You know, I've seen people that are obviously in their 30s sitting in classrooms in France, and you're thinking, that's not a minor. And it's like, why would people even give them the benefit of the doubt? You know, you get people that are built like basketball players. I was going to say something else, but I'd probably get us banned.
I mean, it's essentially just this this woke nonsense where Europe has to let in lots of diversity. But we seem to be the only part of the world that has to be diverse. Everyone else is allowed to.
Yeah, everybody else is pretty much
do what they like.
aren't they?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I mean,
in fact, Iceland.
You don't see.
Iceland.
Well, you don't see this.
Sorry.
Well, yeah, Iceland kind of is, but it's way too
Iceland-
cold for.
Iceland doesn't have any like diversity, and it's apparently
probably-
one of the best places in the world to live.
Absolutely, but I mean, we don't apply the same thing the other way around. It's not like nobody's pressuring the Saudi Arabians to start accepting gay people and build Christian churches.
No, they aren't. No, they are not, mate. They are not. Right, let's move on. This is a part of history that makes school kids ask, why didn't anyone do anything to stop them? That's a good point.
It really is. I saw that one and it really resonated. I mean, that is exactly the part of history that we're at. And the future historians are not going to be nice to us.
Oh, fucking Ray makes me laugh. That's a cracker. Iceland is very mixed. Swedish, Finnish, Dutch. Oh yeah, okay, they've got one thing in common, mate. Anyway, yeah, you're right, Ed. This is the time though. That is. And somebody will say, why didn't anyone do it? It's not because apathy is the overriding condition of the British, is it not?
Not just that, but the whole thing is so controlled. The media is controlled. The politicians are controlled, and you can rage against what's going on as much as you like, but you got no power to change it.
No, yeah, I know.
And the ones that do have the power have been completely bought.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. Right, moving on. US math Olympiad team beats China for the first time in 21 years. You go! Of course, the community notes always have to spoil it, because they have won more than they've won about 4 times in the last 25 years or something. So it's not quite the same as that. But having said that, there is an overrepresentation of Asians in that team. There's only one ginger guy.
Well, yes, loads of Asians and a ginger. So, did the US Math Olympiad team really beat China? Don't know.
No, they probably didn't, mate. They probably didn't. All homegrown talent, not. ICE just got a bigger budget than the whole Russian military. Let that sink in. A masked, unaccountable secret police that does not give due process is about to invade our country with the force of an occupying military power. Is it? Or is that hyperbole?
Well, the thing is that one thing that headline shows you is just how much money the Americans piss away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, and how much all this, and it's the same in the UK, how much all these militarized police and weapons and all this kind of nonsense costs. And the Russians have got 5th generation fighters and most advanced tanks. I mean, the T-90 is arguably the best tank in the world right now.
And they can churn them out in a month.
Mm-hmm.
When it takes the US 2 years to refurb an Abrams. 2 years to refurb an existing tank. They can't build one in a month.
No.
Whereas Russia's as you say, churning them out. Yeah. Politically incorrect sheriff tells citizens to to dispatch home invaders to save taxpayers' money. He's got a point, though.
He really does.
I mean, this is Florida, so Florida's got the stand your ground law, hasn't it? So if you break into somebody's house in Florida, you taking your life in your hands, you should be going in there with your eyes open, knowing that you could well be on borrowed time. And if you want to break into anyone's house, you really shouldn't. You just shouldn't do it. It's not the done thing.
No, definitely not.
Right.
Completely mental.
And from the Independent, autopsy reveals cause of death for Brazilian tourist who fell into a volcano. What do you think the cause of death was? Right. So this lass was on the lip of the volcano and slipped and fell like 200 feet or something. Okay. Down into the crater. But there was a lot of smoke and fog and stuff like that. So they couldn't they could see her moving, so they knew she was alive. And they started going towards her, but there was some kind of excursion and they couldn't get to her. So they regrouped, and then when they got to where she wasn't there. So they eventually found her a further 2,000 feet down the volcano. So she obviously got up and fell further down the volcano. So yeah, the cause of death for falling into the volcano was falling into a volcano. Right, that's a shame, but these things happen. Well, obviously. Anyway, moving on. Chemotherapy, Mace.
Well, you mean if you're going to go on an excursion to a volcano, then you have to.
There's always a chance you might fall in. Maybe she was a Scientologist. Anyway, chemotherapy may spread cancer and trigger more aggressive tumors, warn scientists. Ooh. So why are we using it?
I've thought this. Well, that's a good question. I mean, I've never been a massive believer in chemotherapy. I mean, the first chemotherapy agent was effectively mustard gas that they developed during the First World War.
You're right, and you know why? Because they had a surplus of mustard gas, and they thought, "Oh, here's a use for it. We can do this with it." And that's kind of how we ended up with fluoride. Well, some places ended up with fluoride in their water, particularly America, because they thought, "How will we get rid of this industrial waste?" Oh, I know. We'll put it in drinking water and tell you it gives you great teeth. Yeah.
But I also suspect that this is kind of a cover for, because I mean I do believe that chemotherapy is not necessarily as good as they like to claim, but I also suspect that this is cover for things that we're not really allowed to talk about.
Yes, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. It could well be
things.
I remember at the time saying something like, I'd give it 5 years to see the full effects. And to be fair, it's been nowhere near what I thought it would have been. Nowhere near it. Absolutely nowhere.
No, but it's still ruined lives.
Oh yeah, of course it has.
And ended them.
But you've got to remember, right, that, and this might be an unpopular opinion here, but given the amount of doses that have been handed out, the actual attrition rate isn't that high. And you know, hey, I'm not excusing any attrition rate, because let's face it, when there was a flu vax that caused narcolepsy in 6 cases or 20 cases, and they pulled the whole thing. So I think they probably should have pulled these things earlier than they did, particularly the AZ one, because that was particularly egregious at the start. But you know, considering the fastest ever had been produced in 7 years before, and they produced this in 7 months, I think that should have given everybody a heads up. I mean, I did try to say at the time that, you know, if you can produce something in 7 months that normally takes 7 years, somebody's taking shortcuts. And
yeah,
you can't say it's been long-term tested.
And you can't uninject something.
No, you can't. You know, so
no.
I think you've got to make up your own mind, and you've got to weigh up your own chances, and you've got to think, you know, I'll make a sensible decision based on the available evidence. That's all anyone can ever do. Let's move on.
Well, that's the thing. We should all be free to be able to. Yeah, but I was just going to say, this is not controversial, but
yeah.
We should all have that innate freedom to decide what and what not. It goes into our own bodies. Simple.
Indeed, you're correct. Then you are 100% correct.
We
should never. We should just to reiterate that point. We should never have to do something just to stay in employment. That is wrong.
No.
Yeah, so this
That's
is one of yours,
absolutely wrong.
isn't it? The Falklands are still ours. So I take
Yeah,
it there was a.
Falklands is still ours.
I take it this was an Argentinian thread, perhaps.
Well, yeah, possibly. Lord Miles is one of those. He likes flicking the tiger's balls to
Yeah,
Marty.
and Matthias down here has an
but just the
Argentinian
response
flag.
London isn't though.
Yeah, I know, and that's quite witty. I've got to give that guy that. That is quite witty.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. I like it. Sophie Corker on here. Do you remember Sophie? She was quite an avid spokesperson for the Tory party at one point. She was out at lunch with her nan, right? And I got to admit, I had to take a double take, but the response is incredible. Did she play Onslow in Keeping Up Appearance? Do you remember Hyacinth Bouquet? No?
Yes. Yeah.
That is Onslow.
Oh dear. That's some people on Twitter just nail it. They really do.
They do. So you watched us 5 people beat up a climate activist. Why didn't you help? Well, I thought 5 was enough.
Well, I mean, I think 5 is enough. Although, with certain climate activists, I think more wouldn't necessarily be a problem.
Yeah. Oh, I've read that, right? I've read that. And David, what's his name? The guy that's in jail. He had a clinic in Jersey about curing that thing that you're not allowed to cure. So him and another woman, Ian Crane, used to talk about them. He's in jail in France still, I think. Anyway, right, let's move away from that before we get ourselves into bother. The Texas floods were made worse by climate denialism. Elected officials must be held accountable now and in the future for the lives lost and disasters brought on by increasing. Well, hold on a minute. Hold on. How can a natural event be made worse by someone denying climate? I don't understand that.
Well, this is the same as the story that we covered last week, where they're talking about criminalizing people who disagree with it. I mean, apart from anything else, the whole concept of climate denialism, how can you deny that there's a climate? You can't.
No, I know. And I mean, climate does change. It changes every day.
Well, the climate on this planet hasn't stopped changing for 4 billion years, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
But they always have to link everything back to it. I mean, it's...
How can you hold elected officials accountable for natural disasters? I mean, that's...
And they're also not talking about the cloud seeding that happened in Texas just before the floods either.
Right. So there was a private company engaged in cloud seeding experiments or whatever in Texas, and there does appear to have been a torrential downpour in Texas that has been higher than most records. But having said that, that doesn't account for the torrential downpour in Japan that has wiped out half a county. It doesn't account for the torrential downpour on the other side of America, So, weather happens. I mean, I remember 20 years ago, do you remember that when the river in Italy just flash flooded and took away a whole town? I mean, the whole thing was mental. Yeah. It took a whole town away. And do you remember in Cornwall when they had the flash flood and it took away the whole town as well? These things happen, and these happened in the past.
Yeah.
30, 40 years ago. But everybody conveniently forgets and thinks, oh, this is cloud seeding. Just because it rains heavy doesn't mean that everything's caused by cloud seeding. I don't think it is, to be fair.
Absolutely. Well, no, I'm not. No, I mean, there's all sorts of reasons. You do get flooding, and
you do.
It's unfortunate, and it impacts people, and
those poor kids.
People die, and I mean, and it's horrible. But to start then saying that, but then to start introducing this climate zealotry where you suddenly have to link it to people who are denying the whole notion of CO2 being a pollutant and humans causing all the bad weather. I mean, it's bollocks.
Yeah,
absolute bollocks.
It's a stretch, and to link it to elected officials seems quite incredible in my view. I don't understand it.
Well, it's just politics, and it's just the agenda, and it's the narrative, and
job interview. We appreciate taking the time to interview with us, but unfortunately we will be pursuing other candidates for future reference. Asking questions about salary, responsibilities and work culture are not things we like to discuss during the interview process. What the fuck is the guy meant to talk about then? That's just mental. I mean, you ask about how much you're going to get paid, what you're going to be doing, and what everybody else is like.
Yeah.
And these aren't things they like to discuss during the... What the fucking hell? Was it a company manned by robots?
Bullet with that one.
What?
Probably. Well, I think Gavin dodged a bullet.
Yeah, I think he did. Maidstone Animal Charity appeals after goat taken by masked men.
What the fuck? I mean, who even does that?
I can't say anything about this, and I'm going to end up in a fucking world of pain.
Right, well, am I normal? Clearly not.
Well, yeah, I thought, and this is a completely unrelated, completely unrelated subject matter. I just happened to have space, and I thought I'd fill it with this. So why is the BBC telling us, or asking us, is it really that bad to marry my cousin? Yes, it is. Especially a first cousin
perspective.
Don't do it.
Exactly.
Try a different village. Fucking hell.
But it's just the BBC. They've got to normalise this.
They've got to normalise everything. These guys are off their fucking nut. They really are. Oh,
pretty much.
So tell me what Keir was up to.
This got Keir Starmer visits Madame Tussauds to inspect their newly unveiled waxwork model of him. It's about right.
Yeah, it's obviously an old one because he's wearing a mask, but it's sometimes the old ones are the best ones, aren't they?
It's still just as relevant.
This is a thing, apparently, right? People are being involuntarily committed and jailed after spiraling into ChatGPT psychosis. I don't know what's wrong with me, but something is very bad. I'm very scared I need to go to the hospital. People are actually self-admitting themselves to hospital because of things like chatbots and ChatGPT and AI. Because they're getting themselves into a fucking state by having conversations with these things. These people are nuts. Well, sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Because obviously, if they're self-admitted to a mental institution, they are. Yeah. This is what happens.
I mean, but this is also.
This is what happens when you're not grounded. It's what happens when you're not grounded. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
But
if you're using ChatGPT as a substitute for human contact.
Yeah. Speaking of crazy, Jackie D-Boy here. A friend told me that hours after having the he was sitting at the dining table when he suddenly projectile vomited pints of black blood. Over the next 4 days, he suffered bleeding from his rectum and bruises on his blood in his semen, and came up in bruises all over his body. And the reply is a classic. Fair play to him if he was still up for a wank after all that. What trooper?
Oh dear.
That's a classic.
People said some of the most mental things.
Sorry?
Yeah.
That is
I just people. Yeah, it's things are getting more crazy, but it happens every bloody week.
Speaking of crazy, how immersive is this fucking experience? That's maybe not the headline I would have gone with.
Massive Titan. No. Well, an immersive experience. Yeah, okay.
How immersive? Do I need
Some
to bring a
people need to
wetsuit?
reconsider their language. But no, because I think it's actually this Titanic experience. I think they actually have the floods. And no, that was something else I was watching.
Hmm?
There's if you watch the backstage stuff that happened during the filming of the movie Titanic,
Yeah,
they basically flooded the set, and
yeah.
the actors
Oh,
are
I saw
all
that.
running around. So
Some of them were just getting blown about in the
Um,
water, and like, what? I'm actually fighting for my life here. And the camera's still running, going, yeah, that's great. Help me! Yeah.
but I wonder how do they actually get immersed, or is it just immersive?
Fuck nuts. That's what I'm saying. I need a wetsuit. I need more information. Right, moving on. Cancer doctor blames pressure of life on COVID frontline after he was caught downloading explicit images of girls as young as 4. That's a new one, huh? COVID made me do it. I mean, that's just ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
I mean, that's disgusting on so many levels that
Yeah.
I just can't even begin to count them.
No, you can't. You can't. And I mean, for
But
anyone
then,
to try that
is
kind
that-
of defence, that's just sick.
Is he a UK doctor or a US doctor?
Uh,
Because if he's a UK doctor, he probably doesn't have anything to worry about. They'll let him off.
he is a consultant on urologist. Oh, I can't remember where it was. Where was it? Yeah, it's UK. Kingston upon Thames.
Oh, he's got nothing to worry about.
Yeah. After at his hearing, it was agreed. It was argued that his work on the COVID frontline caused his mental health to deteriorate. I was working to exhaustion to save lives during the COVID-19 pandemic, and he has dedicated his life to the care of others. The frontline work on the COVID ward contributed to his mental disintegration that led to the commission of these offences. Shocking, but they'll probably let you off with it. Right.
And he got let off with a slap on the wrist, no doubt.
No doubt. I gave this homeless guy $5, and an old lady behind me told me he's just going to use it for drugs. So I confronted him and asked where I could also get drugs for $5. That's a joke. Don't take drugs, people. Drugs are bad. Unless they've been prescribed by your doctor.
That was one of the funniest ones. Absolutely. Well, that's one of the funny ones I saw this week.
Yeah, it's a good one, mate. It's a good one. Tutoring. Are you up for some tutoring? Call 504-444, blah, blah, blah. Lessons include defeating hunchbacks in battle, marrying, annulling weddings, remarrying,
Annulling weddings,
executing
remarrying.
wives, more marrying, breaking with the Roman Catholic Church, dissolution of monasteries, remarrying multiple times, defeating armadas. Yeah, tutoring. Do you think you ever wondered why you never
You
get
really wouldn't.
Do you think you ever wondered why you never get any calls?
Well, yeah. Yeah. That would be why. I mean, I don't know. What are you
I
tutoring
have a
in
mental
English?
picture of this guy, and I can't tell you what he looks like, but I think you know. Because it's like people that say axe instead of ask. Anyway, I cheated on my boyfriend with my rapist. What? By seducing my assaulter, I was reclaiming the control I'd lost over my body, and oh yeah. You keep telling yourself that, doll. That is sick. That's sick.
And that's even before the coup period.
Mm-hmm. That's from
That was
2018.
2018 before
Yeah.
the world really, really completely lost its mind.
Yeah, that's sick. That
Lana
And I'm not saying-
Hawk
yeah.
needs
she needs
an
therapy.
intervention.
She needs therapy, mate. Right, airplane makes extremely low landing at Greece airport. Pilot of 60 years experience here. Typically, all landings are extremely low. I tried to do one really high up once, but it didn't quite work out. It's like stating the obvious.
People just say some idiotic things.
I think they maybe meant low approach, but
So
even so. Black and white men agree on
Well,
one thing.
yeah, I mean, but
Well,
low
not-
approach, that can depend on
Yeah.
the weather conditions
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Black and white men agree on one thing: we're not raising black children. Once you go black, you're a single mum.
Oh, dear.
These are bad. These are bad. I don't know why I'm showing them. I'll probably get banned.
You're literally gonna get us a strike for those.
Yeah, my dad is an electrician in the zoo. and
My
look
dad
how-
is an electrician in a zoo. Oh, go on.
And go on, you
No,
do
go
it.
on.
No, you do it. Go on. You start. Go.
My dad is an electrician in a zoo, and look how he spent his morning. I'm crying. Your dad's small as hell. Oh dear. I think she was referring to the hand rather than the raccoon or
Yeah.
whatever. What is that anyway?
I'm thinking.
What sort of
I don't know
animal is
why
that?
I'm thinking. I'm thinking marmoset, but I have no idea what it is. Troll room. Can you help us out? What kind of animal
And
is
it's
that?
definitely not a raccoon.
Oh no, it's not a raccoon.
Definitely not a squirrel.
I don't think you put raccoons in zoos. They break out and create havoc. Raccoons are like, I mean, they've even got the eye mask. They are the thieves of the animal world, aren't they? They're the bad boys. Yeah, anybody,
Pretty much.
Rabbit Leader said it's a Labrador. No, it's not a Labrador. It's got hands.
That's not a Labrador.
I don't know why I'm thinking marmoset.
I'm not a zoologist, but that is not a Labrador.
Yeah, I'm no canine expert, but it's not a Labrador. Gordon the Gopher.
Gopher?
I don't know what a gopher looks like. I've never seen one.
Maybe.
Right. Anyway, could it be a meerkat? No. Could it be a meerkat? You think?
No, it doesn't look like a meerkat.
Right. Okay. Moving on. Could you send me £100 Apple card so as I can pay for my iPhone?
Oh, God. Yeah.
I mean,
You would think that people wouldn't still fall for this in 2025.
It's fucking Jennifer Aniston.
Seriously.
Jennifer Aniston, I love you. Can you send me £100 Apple card? Now, but what gets me is, what the fuck possesses him to put this in a national paper? Why?
Money? I don't know. Some people seem to want to be famous more than they care about looking like an idiot.
Is that us?
And then, but by the looks of it, it was the New York Post as well.
It
so
was the New York Post. Yeah. Are you describing us?
yeah,
now?
just I don't know.
Let's gonna move on.
I mean, he doesn't look like the sharpest tool in the box. Though.
He doesn't. The poll goes to an ophthalmologist. The poll shows him. The doctor shows him CZJWIN blah blah blah. Can you read this? Read it. I know this guy. And the response underneath.
How
Says,
do you even pronounce that name?
no, you just fucking make it up, mate. It's just gobbledygook. I mean, Polish language is just ridiculous. Even no one has Polish friends, and it's ridiculous. But anyway, I really don't find this funny. I got to agree with it. I think that's hilarious. It's not funny. It's hilarious. Right, moving on. Oh,
Yeah.
hey, we've not got long to go. We've only got about 4 slides left. I didn't go to Reddit to get this. I got it off Twitter, but my mum hooks up with my friends. Panzerhawk, straight in there. Hey man, I'm sorry to hear that. If you need a friend to talk to you, I got it. Yay, dirty boy.
Oh, that's Reddit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but that's Reddit for you. They're a special breed.
Yeah.
No, We've got some fireworks happening outside.
Oh, lovely. 4th of July fireworks. I've been told by my producer not to do an impression of a peacock. So she did an impression of a peacock. And I can understand why the producer said, don't do an impression of a peacock. She did that and went...
That is a terrible... I mean, it's not even a peacock.
Just absolutely terrible. Oh,
But it's just birds terrorising people again.
Yeah, it is. It is. Right.
Isn't true? We've got seagulls, peacocks.
Crazy.
The pigeons will be at it soon too.
Crazy, mate. Crazy. Shark attacks in the US. Tell me when you notice.
How does that? Yeah, well, yeah. How? I mean, where is that on? I'm not that great with US geography, but that's.
Well, I'm there. Right. Sorry. Yeah, that's Utah.
So, how do you end up with a shark attack in Utah?
I have no idea.
Maybe it was in an aquarium or something.
It probably.
Maybe
was.
someone got really stoned and fell into an aquarium, and the shark attacked them in the aquarium.
I like the way your mind works
That's
tonight. It's working well.
Well, that's about the
Better
only reason I can think of.
Yeah. You sent me this one, I believe.
English lesson for the day. Proper spacing between words is really important. Penis broken. Please use finger. Oh, yes. But look, people, space your letters out. Punctuation. It's not difficult.
It's not.
Bloody hell. Kicking off out there.
That is kicking off.
Sorry about the noise.
It's all right. We've only got one slide left. Oh, is there anything else you want to talk about before I play it?
I can't think of anything that we haven't covered already. At least nothing that's not going to get us into trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you everyone for coming along tonight because it's been warm. In fact, it's actually pretty good that we kind of close early because I'm freaking roasting.
Yeah, I'm sweaty as well.
I need to go and take clothes off and sit in front of the fan with a bowl of ice. But remember,
we've now got kids kicking off out there too.
Yeah, I hear that. If you ever, as a baby elephant, get caught stealing sugar cane, you can always hide behind a pole. You can't see me, I'm behind the pole. Oh, anyway.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
But it's been fun. Thank you.
It has been fun. It's been great. For you.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? Sometimes you need to let loose, grab juice, get goose, tattoos, taboos, get screwed. Loosen up, buttercup, all those hate comments will never make you feel enough. We're all adequate graduates, heart full of calluses, but we know calculus. Damn, ain't that fabulous? Can't wait to apply all those mathematicus. But we can't get a job that pays us enough. I'm about to pop off. Fuck you, you're lost. yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop